Hello and good day, welcome to our YouTube channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be a fast, concise overview. Book of John, chapter 9. Let's get started now. The 9th chapter of the Gospel of John tells the story of a man who was born blind and how he received his sight through a miraculous encounter with Jesus. This story is filled with important lessons and teachings that we can apply to our lives today. The story begins with Jesus and his disciples passing by a man who had been blind from birth. The disciples asked Jesus if the man's blindness was caused by his own sin or the sin of his parents. Jesus responds that neither the man nor his parents sinned, but rather his blindness was an opportunity for the works of God to be displayed in him. Jesus then spits on the ground, makes some mud with his saliva, and puts it on the man's eyes, telling him to go and wash in the pool of Siloam. The man obeys and is miraculously healed, causing much amazement and confusion among the people who knew him as a beggar. One of the central teachings in this story is the idea that suffering and challenges in life are not always a punishment for sin. The disciples assumed that the man's blindness was caused by his or his parents' sin, but Jesus corrects this notion and highlights the potential for God's work to be displayed through difficult circumstances. Another lesson we can draw from this story is the power of obedience. The blind man did not fully understand what Jesus was doing when he put mud on his eyes, but he followed Jesus' instructions to go wash in the pool. It was through his obedience that he received his sight. This serves as a reminder that sometimes we may not fully understand God's plans for our lives, but we should still trust and obey Him. The story also demonstrates the transformative power of encountering Jesus. The blind man's encounter with Jesus not only physically healed him, but also transformed his life in a profound way. He went from being a beggar on the streets to being a witness to Jesus' power and goodness. Similarly, when we encounter Jesus in our own lives, we can experience transformation and a renewed sense of purpose and direction. The response of the Pharisees and religious leaders to the blind man's healing also provides important lessons. Instead of rejoicing at the man's healing, they become fixated on the fact that it happened on the Sabbath and accuse Jesus of breaking the law. This highlights the danger of legalism and rigid adherence to rules and traditions at the expense of compassion and grace. Another lesson we can draw from the story is the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of opposition. The blind man is interrogated and ridiculed by the religious leaders but remains steadfast in his testimony of what Jesus did for him. He does not back down or compromise his beliefs, even when threatened with excommunication. This serves as a powerful example for us to stand up for truth and righteousness, even when it may be unpopular or inconvenient. In conclusion, the 9th chapter of the Gospel of John is a rich and powerful story that teaches us important lessons about the nature of suffering, the power of obedience, the transformative power of encountering Jesus, the dangers of legalism, and the importance of standing up for what is right. May we take these lessons to heart and apply them to our own lives as we seek to follow Jesus and live out His teachings. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.